Shalom and welcome to Cuppa Torah. My name is Hannah Tamar. I'm so glad to be back. Sorry it's taken so long. My last video was on the Shabbat series. I want to put that aside because I want to talk today about goals and change. So some of you celebrated New Year's January 1st and you made these great resolutions and these great goals. And then a couple months later, you don't stick to them and you ask yourself, why haven't it worked? And oh, I'll try again next year. Well, I want you to succeed this year, and I have some great tips for you that I have learned that helps me along the way. Now, the Jewish New Year was in September, and we spent the whole month of Elul trying to figure out our mind, body, and soul and preparing ourselves. I did a lot of journal entries. I read a book called Preparing Your Soul for the New Year, which helped me a lot. And it made me stop with the negative recording that I have played over and over again in the back of my head and didn't even know was existed. And I recorded a new tune. I put myself in a positive note and I perceived myself more positive, and everything changed for me. So when you start off January 1st and with these resolutions, do you prepare yourself? Do you set yourself up for success, or you just gun-ho and bite off more than you chew? Those are questions that you have to ask yourself. And if you bite off more than you can chew, sit back and listen to yourself. Listen to the way that you speak about yourself, about how you speak to yourself. Listen how you speak to other people, about other people. How do you perceive yourself and how do you perceive other people? And if you're finding that it's a very negative state, or that you don't speak highly about yourself or others, stop that and change it. Do a more positive aspect of it. Find the good, find that silver lining and go with that, and repeat that over and over and over again. Write things down is amazing. When you're in that negative space, or when you haven't succeeded in one of your goals, write down what you're thinking, what you're feeling, why, what you did, and why you did it, and then set that aside. And a couple days later, when you're in a different state of mind, or when you are when you're not emotionally attached to that anymore, read it. Read what you wrote and figure out your clues of why, and change that. So take another piece of paper and write down positive things and write down different ways, and focus on that. Throw that bad piece of paper away, the one that you didn't succeed on, and just focus on the success paper, and keep on reading that over and over again so that you change the way that you think. You have to physically stop and that recording that is in the back of your mind. Gary von Warmendam, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, he has a website called Pathway to Happiness, and he wrote about this one lady who tried to lose weight and become healthy, and she couldn't because there was a recording set in her mind from when she was a child, saying that, there are starving people all over the world who would love to eat your food, and you have to be part of the Clean Plate Club. I was one of the people, Clean Plate Clubs myself. I get it. But she perceived she perceived dieting as deprivation of food. So she was depriving herself of food. Well, he told her to stop saying that, stop that recording, do a different tune, and say she's depriving herself of health. Just changing one word. So she kept on repeating herself that she's depriving herself of health and she wants to be healthy. She wants to get healthy. Well, changing that recording made her a healthier person, made her lose the weight, and made her become happy. And she learned how to change her perception and get to her goals. So it was really exciting about that. Another great thing that you could do is go into therapy. Therapists are amazing. They went to school and they're trained to see these context clues. When you're talking and you tense up, they can sense that and they can see that, and they have these tools to help you. I love going to my therapist. I don't know why society thinks that therapy is bad. It's actually a great tool. They are there to help you. It's better than going to your good friends. You don't like people coming to you and venting to you all the time. You shouldn't go to your friends and vent to them all the time. They have their own problems. You have your own problems. Every now and then, yeah, opening a bottle of wine saying, girl, I have issues. Let me tell you about something. That's great. But go to a therapist instead of your partner all the time or your friend all the time. And they are there to help you. They can help you. So I want to leave you with this end quote from Einstein saying, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. You can't do the same thing every year over and over again and expect yourself to succeed. You need to change it. You need to stop. You need to either physically stop what you're doing and change it. You need to, or mentally stop what you're doing and change it. I was very negative last year, and I stopped with poo-pooing ideas. I stopped with being this negative person and being very pessimistic about everything. And I became positive. I said, yeah, okay, let's do this. Let's figure it out. Okay, I can do it, instead of saying I can't. So a great thing to do is saying I can, instead of I can't. So I want you to figure out other ways. If you have something else that will help you succeed or help others succeed, share it in the comments. Share with us your ways to change. How do you get to your goals and how do you change? And on that note, I will say shalom.